Welcome back to the Elias Macco Show. Now, just before the weekend, we heard of a very popular haunt in the Deej, an old stomping ground of mine. In fact, when I lived 10 years in NDG, and then before that, I was working at Concordia on Lola's campus, I would head out to Ye Olde Orchard all the time. Well, Ye Olde Orchard Pub, we found out just before the weekend, is the latest establishment to fall victim to OQLF inspectors. Of course, they're in NDG. They're they're in the Monkland village, one of the most Anglophone parts of the city, but they've been asked to modify their sign because of its lack of French. They received a letter from Quebec's French language watchdog stating that the pub did not comply with the province's signage rules. The law requires any business with an English-only trademark to include some presence of French. Now let's get an update here. Joe Pilotte joins us on the line, co-owner of Ye Olde Orchard Pub and Grill on Monkland. Hi, Joe.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, since this story broke, I got so much reaction when it came out. Yeah, what's happened since?
A lot of people just reaching out, giving their support, questions. People are concerned about what it means for the future of the Anglophone community. But it's been nice. It's been a good reaction for the most part.
So let's talk about your interactions here with the OQLF, by the way. So you get a letter. That's how you first hear of this, or it's a visit?
Well, it's a visit that we don't necessarily know about.
Uh-huh.
So a complaint's made that we're unaware of. Then there's a visit, and then there's a letter that follows with what they find that's non-compliant.
Gotcha. And in this instance, right, you've got this iconic sign that I can just picture in my brain, Ye Olde Orchard, right in front of the pub, right? In their estimation, what's wrong with that sign?
Well, it's in English, but it has been since 1996. That's the same sign since we've opened in August of 96. Right now, the guidelines is that we'd have to add a descriptor to it, a French word in front, something to describe what it is in French, which we were fine with. And what you won't see in the letter, because there was a conversation I had with the lady on our file, she said, just to let you know, because she was extremely friendly and helpful, as of June 1st, 2025, even with the descriptor, your English name would no longer fly.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's where the issue comes in. We're not going to spend money now to change a sign for in 2 years to be told that it's non-compliant once more. Gotcha.
So to fix the problem now, add the word brasserie in front of Ye Olde Orchard. You're okay, and it's got to be a huge brasserie. By the way, it's got to be bigger than Ye Olde Orchard. I think is that how it works?
That's kind of unclear. Okay, that's kind of unclear.
And then, of course, as you mentioned, well, that would only solve the problem temporarily until the new rules fall into place. Now, I'm curious here because there's all types of stores with English names, right? So Best Buy and Canadian Tire, and I've seen them add the descriptors, right? They'll add a magasin or whatever it is in front of the word. Under your knowledge there, will those businesses too be under the same situation next year?
Well, it would be in 2 years, and I can't speak on it.
Yeah.
Under my assumption, yes, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm just going off of what I was told by one employee. I know a lot of people that I've been dealing with in the media have reached out, and they get different answers. Yeah. But the problem is I have to go by what I'm told in the emails I'm getting and the official letters that I'm getting. And that's what I've been told.
For Ye Olde Orchard, what are you going to do? So how are you going to handle this right now, both in the short and long term?
Well, our biggest goal is to make it non-contentious. We want to work with them. We're a proud Quebec pub group. We're happy to serve great food and Celtic hospitality across the province, and we look to grow within the province. So we definitely want to be compliant without losing our identity.
Okay, so that's an important point, Joe, right? Because obviously for me, I've got my history of going to the location on Monkland, but it is not lost on me. You've got locations all over the place now. Have they also received similar letters, similar interventions?
Not to date. I imagine they're coming with everything that's happened in the last 4 days. But to date, no. Like I said, it takes a complaint for a letter to come. And so far, it's only happened at our Indiesi location.
Okay, so your interactions when you speak to someone, that you say they've been pleasant, right? So, what kind of advice are they coaxing you towards, and have they talked at all about maybe the stick? Like if you don't do anything, have they had some tough talk on fines and that kind of stuff?
There's mention of fines. They just try to guide you of what they feel the law is. But to be honest, it seems like there's confusion on their part because of Bill 97 and the things that will change in 2 years and what works now but won't work later. It is a friendly conversation because I'm choosing to make it that way. I'm not calling them, yelling them, telling them there's no way we're listening, don't come back. I'm saying, what's the problem? How can we work together to fix it?
We're with Joe Pilotte, co-owner of Ye Olde Orchard Pub and Grill, iconic spot there on Monkland in the Monkland Village. So, Joe, what do you think? What's your next step here?
It's a wait-and-see game for us. We have reached back out and mentioned the fact that we are on the corner of Olde Orchard and Monkland, and being that it is a street name, is there little tweaks we can do if we got rid of the Ye and we just went with Olde Orchard? Would that be compliant? Because it is a street name, and you're not making the city take the street name down. So it's a wait-and-see game for us right now, and we'll see what happens.
Joe, are you at all worried, like talking to the media may hurt you? Like, if they'll view all of the focus and all of the attention you've gotten print and TV and radio, and they'll view that as a bad thing?
With my attitude about it, I would hope not, because I'm not saying anything bad about it. We're not negative about it. We're not putting a hard line of no. We're here to work with them and hopefully have a good solution.
Have you heard anything from your the fellow restaurants and shops in the Monkland Village? Have any of them reached out to say if they've received anything similar?
I have not heard from that, but fellow pub groups have reached out, and there's similar pubs, iconic pubs just like ours, that are going through the same issue.
Joe, let me just ask you about the bureaucracy aspect of things, right? Trying to comply with various legislations like Bill 96 here. How onerous is it? What kind of cost does it entail when you've got to deal with this stuff?
Well, I mean, it's time consuming for sure. And then like taking signs down and getting our managers on the file. And the signage, I think that's the biggest. It's thousands of dollars to change your sign. And then to have to do it again in 2 years, thousands of dollars more. So there's definitely a cost associated to it.
Joe, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. Has this weekend led to people just showing up to have a pint specifically because they wanted to show support to Ye Olde Orchard Pub?
Yes and no. I think it's just bringing people like yourself where you're like, I used to go there. So I'm getting a lot of emails, a lot of people just reaching out and saying, hey, it's too bad that that's happening because in our minds, you guys are an institution and we love you there. We wouldn't ever want you to change your name.
Joe, we'll keep track of this story and let me know if there's a name change coming or some other development. We'd love to hear it, okay?
All right, appreciate you.
That's Joe Pilotte, co-owner of Ye Olde Orchard Pub and Grill on Monkland in the Monkland Village.